No. Part one, please.
Hi, good evening, everybody. It's very nice to have you here. It'd be nice if you can on your camera so that we can say hello to each other, right? And just to let you know that I've got this training recorded and it will be available on my YouTube channel at imseoking.com. And firstly, I would like to thank Civil Service Club for making this talk possible. And for all of you who have signed up, in a short while we will begin. If it's possible, maybe you can have your cameras on so that I can say hi to you personally. In a real meeting, we normally on our camera so that we'll be a bit more personal. In a short moment's time, I will start the presentation proper. Just wait for a couple of minutes to get some of you guys connected on your sound and camera. Hi, Akram. Nice to see you, Mr. Adrian Chin.
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, good. Okay, without further ado, let's start.
Sure.
Okay, so welcome everybody to the secrets of a searchable profile. And today we're going to explore what does being searchable in LinkedIn mean? And why is it important that we need to ensure that our LinkedIn profile is being optimized for search? Because mainly it's because of opportunities that we seek, whether for our business or for jobs. So like what I say, I would really want to thank Civil Service Club for making this talk possible and for several series of talks, which is upcoming, right? So if you are registered on this Zoom, when we have upcoming talk, you will be informed. If you can make it, you will make it. We will use the same Zoom ID, okay? So without further ado, here's a bit of self-introduction about myself. Hi, I'm Eugene, the SEO King, and I was the former digital director at Standard Chartered Bank. And prior to that, I was helping the Catholic Church in Singapore. I was working with the Catholic Archbishop William Cardinal Goh and was helping with the Catholic Church in terms of their websites and also social media. Prior to that, I was very involved in the shopping mall scene, implementing some of the biggest shopping mall chain in Singapore for their customer service management system and as well as personal data protection. Personally, I am a consultant to companies wanting to run digital marketing campaigns. I was a mentor at Litian Academy for their professional marketing diploma, and I'm currently a mentor at Republic Poly for their entrepreneurship community mentorship scheme and mentoring the startups incubated in Republic Poly. Right? So welcome to the secrets of a searchable profile. And today we want to explore the benefits on being on LinkedIn. What are some of the components of a good profile? How can we know that our target audience is the right one? And how we can push out the right content to the right target audience? Setting up your LinkedIn profile for success, updating your experiences to be searchable and relevant, and also getting recommendations so that you boost your credibility of your profile and also some social media ethics. And in this talk, I will also run through my own personal LinkedIn profile to share with you some best practices and some discovery that I found in my LinkedIn. Right, so here are the benefits of being on LinkedIn. Is LinkedIn good for me only when I'm looking for a job? Well, you are happy to know that LinkedIn is the largest business-oriented network website or social media. It has over 500 million members in over 200 countries. And best of all, it's free. You can create a profile if we want to build our own personal brand. So why is personal brand important? Personal brand is important, especially if you are trying to establish yourself in a certain industry, right? And also the ability to showcase our profile, expertise, professional experiences, and showcases our experience achievement is very important, right? So as I share this, at the end of the talk, there will be a Q&A. So we will keep the questions more towards the last opinion, and we'll have some discussion as well. So it is important for you to gain exposure to your hiring managers and recruiters because 93% of recruiters use LinkedIn. And also there are companies that actually look out for services in LinkedIn. LinkedIn helps you demonstrate your knowledge, credibility, leadership through several articles that you may post. And LinkedIn is also a research tool. You can find out people that share common experience with you through working in the X company or company through certain job roles. And specifically for me as a digital marketing trainer, I always connect with marketers because at times, especially the newer marketers, they will need some training, and that's where I can help and support them through not only through my training, but through the posts that I share on LinkedIn. We follow companies in our industry and we join LinkedIn groups to engage with people. And of course, finally, we use LinkedIn for our job. Right, so let's look at the components of a good LinkedIn profile, how you should get started. Right, so firstly, the components of a LinkedIn profile is important because you will need to know how you can configure such of these things. Right, so this is an example of my LinkedIn profile, right? And I have several keywords that is very important to me that I want people to search for. The first keyword is ACLP certified, meaning to tell people that I can conduct WSQ certified courses because I have the ACLP qualification. This is very important and it's commonly searched when training companies are looking to employ trainers that are ACLP certified. The other keyword that I include is digital director to tell people that I am well versed in digital marketing and keywords like personal branding, leads generation, digital marketing, mentor gives credibility. And also you want to mention institutions that you help like Republic Poly, right? So these are some of the keywords where people will search for, especially things like coach and trainer, right? So this is something that I would want to share. And of course, you can also update the bottom portion, which is providing services. You can tell people what type of services do you provide. And a well-configured LinkedIn profile will get people searching for you and they will view your profile. So towards the end of the training, I will show you my live LinkedIn profile, right? And we will see all these stats that about 733 people view me, and I have 4,000 over post impression, and every month I have 850 people searching for me, right? So some of the key things is banner image. In this case, I'm showing people that I am part of the Institute of Training and Occupational Learning that's based in the UK, right? And that gives credibility. A good profile photo is something that cannot be missed. Headline. Headline is what you see here, ACLP certified and all of the necessary keywords. Providing services, featured. We will go through some of these recommendations as we go along, right? So LinkedIn, persona, messaging, and the right content. This is very important because you do not set up your LinkedIn profile just that you can reach to as many people as possible. While social media is that, it is very important for you to know who are your main target audience that you want to target for. For my case, I am educating companies on digital marketing. I'm educating fellow junior trainers on my training expertise. And I do have junior trainers reaching out for me. How do I get training jobs and things like that? So configuring your LinkedIn profile is very important. And firstly, you need to know who is what we call the buyer persona. The buyer persona is somebody that will potentially buy or read the messages that you are posting on LinkedIn. And this is very important because you need to know who your intimate audience is, right? And here is a bunch of text, but basically the buyer persona simply means, do you know who is potentially someone that you are targeting, right? What is the profile? Perhaps in your job experiences, you have a lot of retail experience. Just like myself, I have been consulting in the shopping mall space. I have been consulting in personal data protection. And I will actually share some message on why personal data protection is important and why marketers tend to ignore or really dismiss the vast importance of personal data protection. So knowing your buyer persona enable you to tailor the right message to the right audience. And this is important because you need to know who your buyer persona is and are you able to map to a person. Like for example, this one, Samantha Hosted, age 24, female. What is she doing? Perhaps she is new in her career. Then, because one of the other things that I am qualified is I'm also a career coach. And perhaps this is the profile that I'm looking for to inspire them in their career. Perhaps they have some fears, right? So knowing this profile is very important for me to connect to Samantha and really try to find out what is holding her back or what are her struggles, right? So messaging, why is it important? Because when we know the persona, we will know their preferences, we will know their demographics, we will know where they hang out, we know colors, lingo to engage them so that we can craft better and more relevant messaging and laser targeted to the right audience. Setting up your LinkedIn profile for success. Here are some of the steps as what you can see here. Setting up of LinkedIn. So I'm just going to show you my LinkedIn profile. Right, so this is my LinkedIn profile. And as you can see, what we said about the banner, the Institute of Training and Occupational Learning, the photo, this is a fun shot of me having my SEO class in action. And I thought this is something unique away from the normal profile. And most importantly, you will see this. This is the header text that most people tend to just put less. You need to include those terms that people are searching for. And of course, LinkedIn enable you to have a section to tell people what are you talking about. This is the services section that enable you to put the services that you are offering. And this is the analytics section where you can see that basically analytics, I have 1,600 post impression over the past 7 days, 27% more post impressions. And I have 26,000 followers on my LinkedIn. And in the past 1 week, 647 people searched for me. And I have 1,000 profile views over the last 90 days, right? So this is basically some statistics just to show you. Coming back to my LinkedIn profile. Going down, I'm just going to show you everything. Going down here. So LinkedIn enable you to feature some of the more important posts that you have been doing. And this is very important because it tells people exactly what I want to highlight. Here are your activities. Basically, your latest posts. When you make a comment on someone's post, it will all be seen here. The about section is very important, and you should pay attention to the about section because as similar as the highlight section earlier, these are all keyword rich and it will enable people to search your profile. Experiences are important because you need to tell people what are your latest engagement. And one of the portion that I found it very useful is that in certain instances, especially when you are working in a company, let me just show you one example of that. For example, in this one of my earlier engagements, right, I was a senior digital manager at Black Blue Media, and I chose a different approach whereby I will highlight all the clients and what I do respectively for each clients, right? And I felt that this is very useful because this will give you the credibility and at the same time, people will see the clientele that you have served. Okay, moving along, of course, your education and licenses are very important because it tells people whether are you a lifelong learner, what are the skill sets that you have done, and whether people who want to engage you on projects or want to basically work with you will see whether you have the necessary qualifications. The other often neglected portion for LinkedIn is actually getting people to endorse your skill sets. And especially the most important is recommendations. In LinkedIn, I have 71 recommendations, and that gives me credibility that as a digital marketing trainer, I have 71 recommendations. And to be honest, let me ask you a question. Which digital marketing trainer has 71 recommendations? I believe is quite few in between. Honors and awards are very important because it enables people to see that in this case, I was actually selected to be a book judge. And that gives some form of credibility as well, right? So going back to the slides now, the components of a LinkedIn profile, just very quickly, right? You will see that when you configure it well, you will get the search that people really looking for, and make your experience searchable, right? Because it is advisable for you to write in detail what you do for each role. For example, this one, for Lithian, I was a student mentor. I helped them with the various roles and which modules do I take and how do I help my students. And that is very important. This is another example where I actually sort it by the client and what things I do for each of the client, right? Enhance your profile's credibility. How can you enhance your profile credibility? Basically, LinkedIn has the featured section. Licenses and certifications, like what I have said, is important. And of course, recommendations are as important as well, right? We've gone through the LinkedIn walkthrough. And finally, just a little bit of social media etiquette. Complete as much of your profile as possible. Connect with the people that you know. For example, I have given you an example that I normally would want to connect to people that are in digital marketing, but they are probably junior, right? So these people will read my post and they will find my posts educational for them, right? Always respond politely, say please and thank you. Keep your updates interesting. Vary your updates a little bit. Give recommendations to get recommendations. Be honest always, and participate and use a video whenever possible, especially in your posts as well, right? So we have come to the end of the sharing. Let me just stop share, and I think it will be a good time to get some frequently asked questions if any one of you have any questions. Yes, does anyone have any question on what I've shared? Hi, nice to see you, Jonathan. Is there anything that you want to ask? Yeah, Akram, you have something to share? You want to share something?
Yes, can I share a little bit something here?
Yeah, sure.
First of all, thank you for this the arrange of this event. I am new business register in Singapore last 2 months ago. Last 3 years, I business in the Saudi Arabia and Dubai.
Okay.
I can founding some young startup in the Singapore, but I cannot reach out with them.
Okay.
Hopefully, your community can help me.
What area are you in, Akram?
Yeah, and I want to develop a social media interface and a software from and like as a clouding system server provider system. Already my office set up in the International Plaza.
Okay.
Okay, and my local director and my director investor they're all is okay, but my team and my management local team is not ready.
Right. So as an advice to you, particularly in LinkedIn, I think it's very important that you update the LinkedIn, telling people about your startup, you know, what you do, what you aim to do it. The about section of your profile becomes very important because people must know your passion. Why do you set up you know, a startup in Singapore? What is the reason? You know, who do you wish to connect to? And then in LinkedIn, what do you do is you can search for certain keywords, like a certain type of startup that you are looking for. For example, if it's medical or anyone that you want to connect with, you can use some keywords and you will connect with the relevant personnel. Perhaps it is HR, perhaps it is the technology director, right? So you can use the LinkedIn search to really find out personnel that you can connect with, right? And do stay tuned because as part of this series, we will cover several topics, right? As part of this series, we will cover several topics. Today is LinkedIn, right? And as we cover other topics, we will also share the best practices and we will take questions from there. But today is LinkedIn, so I would advise you to kind of follow this. And also if you would like, you can replay the recording at imseoking.com.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I have need a little bit support in the local SEO in the Singapore.
Yes. So what you can do is you can private message me your contact number and I will drop you a message to see how I can help you. Would that be fine? Yeah, because that is not in the LinkedIn topic as well. Yes, so we have Jonathan here. Welcome, Jonathan. I have a question on keywords. What do I use as there are many versions? For example, project manager, project governance, project risk, right? So the keywords is very important because, for example, in our industry, when people want to engage us, one idea is that we can use, as what you say, everything. So you can say, okay, in this ABC company, I'm a project manager. But then after that, you can say that some of the tasks that I do are project governance, project risk. So you actually use all the keywords in describing your role so that your chances of being searched and being discovered by people who want to hire you becomes higher, right? And also on your second part, where to get them for LinkedIn search and other profiles, industry frameworks in Singapore. So for example, Jonathan, you will be searching for people that potentially would be decision makers of the product or services that you are buying. So it could be like managing director, marketing manager. For my case, I will be searching for marketing manager because I'm looking for marketing manager that will send their staff for digital marketing training, for example. So in my case, my target audience is marketing manager and perhaps human resource manager as well. So it depends on what are some of the things that you actually are doing right now. And so you need to search for some of these keywords, right? And for part 3, where to add keywords in the profile, such as SEO in the skills section, summary in each position. So like what I said, this part, let me just show you again where the keywords are. Okay, so okay. Okay, so when this is your profile, the keywords become important, especially here. These are the most important keywords here, and as well as the about section. The about section enable you to write quite a fair bit. So you need to describe your services a little bit more and you need to pepper in the keywords here. Another good opportunity for keywords is actually as you are describing here. For each of your experiences, you will put in keywords here. And especially for some of the qualifications as well, you can put in some keywords. And it will also be useful if you have some recommendations where the person that is recommending you will put keywords like knowledgeable and approachable SEO trainer. So when people are searching for SEO trainer, all this will show up as well, right? So I hope that this portion to show you exactly where are the keywords would be specifically useful for you, right? Okay, let me just look at some other things. Yeah. So, Jonathan, the other part that LinkedIn enable you to do is to actually put the hashtag as what you have said. Let me just show you that part. Here, this part here, right? So this is the headline that we talked about just now. This is where you need to put in all the keywords that you think that people will be searching for you. And as well as this part which you need to basically include some of the things that you are talking about. Like, for example, I talk about LinkedIn strategy, LinkedIn for business, and things like that, so that people will be, able to find out. And one of the useful LinkedIn features is actually you can actually save to PDF, and you can actually email to the person that might engage you, and it serves as a resume. So if your LinkedIn is very updated, then your LinkedIn profile can export to a PDF that essentially also forms your resume as well. Right?
Thanks, Eugene. Question:
Yes.
When do you use hashtags in content? So in a description of a role, in a content article, in a post.
Yes. Okay. So hashtag works like category, right? And the reason that hashtag was invented was in the early days, social media search engine wasn't that advanced. So it was so a lot of people use and search through hashtag. However, in this day and age where social media engine are a little bit more advanced, when you are searching for certain keywords, whether it's the hashtag version or the non-hashtag version, it will all appear in the search. So hashtag becomes now more like categorizing, or if you want to be part of a trend. Let's say this particular hashtag is in a trend and this is in the area that we are consulting in. So we will put hashtags so that, there is a sense of belonging and people see that, oh, okay, these are a group of experts talking about this topic. So hashtag is more seen as a categorization. Yeah.
Okay, so instead of database, put blockchain. Instead of project management, put agile. Is
Yes.
that a way to get a ranking?
Yes. So if you want to be known for agile and all this, so when you are publishing some of the articles, whenever that is relevant, you will include such keywords as well. Yeah. And just to be on the safe side, also you will include the hashtag. Yeah. Are you based in Singapore, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Nice to see you. We should do connect me on LinkedIn.
I did. I sent you a connection.
Okay. I will. Yeah. So do we have any other questions? Anyone have any other questions? It'd be nice to maybe take one final question or something before we close for the night on LinkedIn marketing. as you can see, I have really I had this LinkedIn account for a very long time, but I left it as such. I didn't really realize that, you know, how you need to configure. But the moment when I configure every of this single section, as what I shared with you guys, I realized that there's a lot more opportunities come my way. And I even have training institutes that actually approach me and message me on LinkedIn. Hey, would you like to be our trainer? Right? Because of some of these keywords that I shared that I actually put it up. Okay. Yeah. So we have Claire. Hi, welcome, Claire. For posts, how regularly should we post on LinkedIn? Okay. So the general guide for posts is, if it is possible, maybe 1 week, maybe twice. I think that would be a good frequency to start, or at least a good frequency for people in your network to start noticing that you are posting in a particular topic, right? So I think twice a week will be a good gauge, if not once a week, because some of us, we need some time to get adjusted to posting such things, because by nature we are not really the type that we will post content, and do vary your content a little bit. And I think we are thankful that in this day and age, you know, mobile phone has very good cameras, so you can just quickly just take a 1 minute or a 3 minute video advising people on some things that you are, or you have the expertise, and people will see the genuineness, especially if you do not script your videos. Like for me, I do not script my videos. Even in this sharing, I do not really script my videos. I do not script this training as well. So whatever that is shared comes across as very genuine, because it's really sharing from my own personal experiences, right? And how can it be a repost or make of one post? Yes. So it will be a vary between your post, because your post is valuable, because that's where people see that you start to be an opinion, opinion leader or an expert. But however, if you will choose to repost an industry peers post, it will be good for you to not only just repost, but you need to choose repost with thoughts, right? So I just give you an example so that you will really know what I mean. Let me just look here, right? So for example, here, this is my first posting on LinkedIn, and I want to encourage this person. I will genuinely, what I'll do is, instead of repost, which it just repost on my profile, I will actually repost with thoughts. And the repost with thoughts enable you to put your own opinion here. And when you post, it goes on your profile and your own opinion. Either you will say that, you tend to agree with this person, and you will give an additional input, so that your network, when they read, they will further enforce that you are the subject matter expert in this area. Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah, Jonathan, is there a ratio between the expert posts and run or personal posts? I think LinkedIn being a little bit more professional, I do not really post a lot much on, for example, my family outing kind of thing. Those kind of posts, I normally will keep that to Facebook or Instagram. For LinkedIn, I would want to say things like, I met this particular contact, I have reconnected an old friend, and he is in this industry, and also a fair mix of attending of events, and also of course your own expert posts. So do vary your content, because there are different content format. For example, if somebody posts an infographics that is within your industry, then what you do is you will repost with thoughts. There are some occasions where, if some of us are comfortable with video, you will just flip your phone and just record a quick video and just post the video with some thoughts, right? So the more you do that, when your network sees it, the more better traction you will get, and the more that people will see you as an expertise in your area, right?
So what I meant by personal and fun is specifically if I'm a salesperson or a leader,
Yes.
I see them posting their team members and a shout out with a whole load of profile names. If a person is into virtual signaling, they might sort of send a lot of kudos, congratulations. Another person might want to show their values. My value is resilience, so that you see them running all the time. They look like David Goggins. You know, so that's what I mean by personal posts, something to demonstrate beyond your technical expertise or business. I value social and people and leadership, or I value resilience and running in the rain. Yeah.
Yes, I do agree with you. Like for example, personally right now I am trying to lose weight, so I could post some some posts about my efforts in trying to lose weight, and I do get to see some of my LinkedIn connection people doing that as well, and generally when we show a personal side of us, people tend to also engage and connect with us better. Yeah, I do agree with you, Jonathan, that
But the question is what builds traffic? What builds traffic? The number of views, right?
Yes.
Is it the personal staff? Is it getting the right mixture? Is there a formula?
Okay, for me mainly it's what's building traffic for me is the main thing is taking time to really optimize my profile. I think that is the main thing, right? That is the main thing that gets traffic for me, because my profile, those few sections, I really optimize the keywords. I really take time, like all my experiences, I really look through every single job and I really optimize for every single job. That takes a couple of hours, right? But it's really worth it. I remember I did it over a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to really optimize that.
So when you say optimize, you don't mean put a list of keywords, you mean build it into the body of the text.
Yes. So the list of keywords is one thing, but it has to read naturally also, like involved in this, we structure it in sentences, but the keywords are all within. Yeah.
So I can't just add 100 keywords and put them in a background font of gray so that it doesn't show up.
That is not black hat SEO, my friend.
Does it work?
I don't think so, because people do read, they want to see short paragraphs and stuff like that. Do look out. I will have SEO topics as well, in case you're interested in that as well. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys do not have any question, I hope that this sharing has been useful to you, right? And we have another sharing coming up. Let me get the date for you. Just give me a minute. The next sharing that we coming up will be on 5th of December. 5th of December, do mark your calendar if you can make it. It's about 8:30 to 9:30 around this time. And I'll be talking about,
Can I ask a question?
Sorry?
Can I ask a question?
Just a minute. So
Can I ask a question?
Akram, just a minute. I'm announcing the next event. So the next event is crafting a searchable brand. We will talk a little bit about content strategy and all that, and that will be on 5th December, 8:30 to 9:30. So what happened is that when you are registered in this Zoom, in a day or two, I will change it to the next event. So you will be informed of the next event, right? So we make it easy for you. Is using the same Zoom ID. All right. Yes, Akram.
Yes. Have you any event in the lifetime? Yeah, physically meeting or physically meetup
Oh, physical
in
meetup.
the
Yeah,
Singapore
we may consider at some point in time. Probably next year. We will
next year?
we will
Okay.
inform you again. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Maybe I move in the Singapore last 25 or 26 December 2023 next month.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. There. Okay. Yeah. We'll take one last question from Patrick Tan. Are there as many fraudulent accounts asking for connection on LinkedIn? In comparison with Facebook? Yes. LinkedIn has over the years more and more fraudulent account, and they normally start messaging you by asking you, can I ask you a question? Yeah. So if anything is too good to be true, is probably not true. And especially for the guys, you will suddenly see some pretty girl profile messaging you. So don't be happy. Those are actually fake robots. Okay. So with that, we really thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Do watch the recording at imseoking.com and do subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right.
Good,
Thank you
sure.
very much and good
Thank
night,
you.
guys.